Hello and welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. This morning isn't business as usual as we have a guest. But before I tell you who my guest is, my name is Elsie Godwin and I'm here with the regular and consistent Ife Oshoke.
With that,
I'm alright. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing?
Okay, good. But before we talk about that very annoying news, let's talk about the good news first. Yemi Alade hits 1 million YouTube subscribers.
It was expected. I'm not even surprised about it. Yemi Alade is one of the most consistent and most hardworking artists. I don't even want to put her in the category of maybe female or male right now. Consistent artist in Nigeria. Yemi Alade has been killing it since she started, and that's one thing I admire about her craft the most.
Yeah, I mean, I admire her energy as well. I think we've spoken about it on this show before too, and congratulations to her. And on to the annoying news. Remember we spoke about a lady, I don't know if she's an actress now or a singer or an upcoming one, but she came out
Cindy
to
Davis.
accuse MC Galaxy yesterday of raping her. And then she makes another video to say that's not true, that while she was hustling and going around stations to play her song or whatever, that they didn't give her attention, but now they want to pick up on rape. And I'm wondering, why would you even want to play a prank on something that sensitive?
You know what? Apart from the fact that rape is a sensitive issue and it's not something to joke around with, I like the message she was trying to pass across because I'm going to talk about, you know, I've made reference to America, for example. There are slums in America, there are ghettos, there are places that are crime related. But we don't get to see those parts. We see the beautiful city, you know, you see Wall Street, you see Washington, D.C. They show you the good parts. But in Nigeria, we tend to take on the negative more than the positive. Now, this is somebody that has been trying to blow, let me use the Nigerian language. They have been trying to blow for years. You guys can play a song. She's probably been tweeting stuff. Nobody paid attention to it. But the moment she tried to drag one person, everybody got interested. Like, okay, but rape is not something to joke with because they're actual victims of rape. But I like the message she was trying to pass across, but she could have done it in a better way. Especially
I like the message
when
she's trying to pass across. But I mean, people, everybody, I understand what you're saying. I totally get it and I understand it. But regardless, whether you are dragging a celebrity or not, on social media, when you talk about rape, they don't joke with it, they take it serious. I don't know, have you tried to listen to her songs since after this?
After this, no, to be honest. I don't even think I want to listen to her songs, to be honest.
Wow, okay. So you see, I have a problem with what she did. I get your point, I totally do, but I don't think when it comes to rape, we even wait for it to be a celebrity before people pick on it.
That's a big fat lie. Should I tell you why?
Why?
Because before this Bimbo Fatoyinbo saga, Issei, the actress, came out. How many people paid so much attention?
Oh,
but because
people paid attention.
No, not as much as Busola
The
Dakolo.
thing is, there will always be a time and a person that would cause that revolution, whether you like it or not.
But in America, I'm going to make reference to America again. Because
I followed that story.
It was Constance. Did you know her? But everybody paid attention. You didn't know her. She didn't have to be a celebrity, but what is wrong is wrong. But out here, once a celebrity is involved or somebody that is in power, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon.
Now, even the Constance you're saying that is not a celebrity. I mean, she was not a celebrity before people paid attention. That's the point.
Yeah,
but it's not. I don't want you to look at it from that angle. As much as we understand what you're saying, you also have to remember that whatever cause you're trying to push, there's always one person that comes out and becomes the face of that revolution. True. And I'm glad that it's somebody like Busola. Yes,
do we have to make it a famous person?
I'm sorry,
so
that's how the world works. There's nothing you can
God
do about
forbid,
it.
if you get raped tomorrow, I will carry on for my head.
I mean,
do you
because
understand?
I'm famous, you know.
See this one.
Okay, I think it's time for me to introduce our studio guest. He's cracking up already. Our guest is a Nigerian guitarist, a singer, songwriter, record producer, and composer. His music combines African ethnic sounds and Yoruba lyrics with contemporary soul and rhythm and blues. He graduated from Federal Polytechnic Ilaro with a degree in food science and technology. In 2016, he won Best Afro-Jazz Producer at the Beats Award. Let's make welcome Femi Leye, popularly and professionally known as Femi Leye.
Good morning.
Morning.
That was a beautiful one.
Yeah.
I think I should pay you.
Okay. I mean, I just made money. So
0076
please, he doesn't handle my finances. He's only there to fight for me if I get into trouble.
7613 Access Bank.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having
Good
me.
morning.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
Nice to have you on the
This is
show.
a long time coming. I want to thank you guys for inviting me.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Do you, first things first.
I mean, I
want-
believe your cup of tea is coming, but
Yeah,
before it gets here,
yeah.
I need to understand, how do you prefer your beverage? Is it going to be coffee,
I'm a tea
tea,
guy.
or chocolate? You're a tea guy.
What type of tea?
Ginger tea.
Ginger tea.
Because I sing, so I like to clear my throat in the morning and all that. So
Okay.
that my instrument is.
I'm sure you
okay.
can relate.
So having ginger tea helps your
Yeah.
singing
It
process.
helps. Yeah, it helps me keep my voice.
Does it actually inspire you to in any kind of way?
No, not really.
Just the singing?
It's not
I just
vodka
like
now,
it. I just
it's
like it.
ginger tea.
Instead
Wow,
of
you're
Johnny.
saying it's only vodka that's inspiring.
You know when you're saying inspiration.
So what
No,
inspires you?
like, you mean whether I take anything to inspire me or
What inspires?
what inspires me? God, it's just
You
very
see, it's not
simple. I'm a
vodka.
very. I
All right, I like the
actually-
fact you
I
brought
don't
up
take
your
alcohol, so,
religious
yeah,
life
yeah.
into this because you said your inspiration is
Yeah,
God. Yeah,
definitely.
So I would like to know how do you cope with being a devoted Christian? Because a little bird told me that you're a devoted Christian.
Yes,
And how do you manage to handle that in this industry that we know is all circular? To get inspiration, people are getting. You know what I mean, eh?
So here's the thing. I feel like, whatever you do in life, you need to take a stand. You can't be on the fence. So it's either you're here or you're there. You can't be in the middle. And from day one, I've always been a Jesus boy, and that's been my outlook, to life. Yeah, I dress funky, I look nice, I look fly, I have swag and all that. But I always put out the fact that I am a son of God, in anything that I do. Yeah, I'm not a gospel musician, but it's my faith, is what I believe in. I feel like everyone should have, what they believe in, and I believe in God, and I push that. And even with my music and how I talk, and I advocate for it. So.
And have you ever been judged for that? The people look at you and be
It's
like,
it's
this
the
guy
world.
is
It's the world, man. You're always judged, whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. So it's part of the job, So, but it's all good. I take my stand and I stand by it.
Speaking about little birds,
Yeah.
another little bird told me you're working on your upcoming album, which is dropping 7/7/2019.
Yeah, 7/7. So
Sunday, 12 a.m. to be precise, right?
So here's the thing.
All right, so no, before you even tell me the thing,
Yeah.
you said this. They said the album is so pure and true.
Yeah.
It is my journey in a nutshell. A lot of art went into creating this body of work. I want to ask you guys not only to stream and listen with your art, but share with anyone you know. So, what's your journey in this album? What's the creative process? What have you put into it that you feel like this is what you can define as your journey?
Okay, so it's called Femi Leye, the album, and it's a self-titled album. So as you can see, it's very, very personal. So the songs on the album are very, very personal. If you listen to the album, then you will know me. It took about 3 years to create, but in the space of that 3 years, I became a husband, and recently I became a father. So my perspective on a lot of things have changed. I never made bad music before. It's never been my style. It's just that now it's deeper, and there are some things that I'm really, really talking about. That I'm very, very particular about love. I'm very particular about the political space. I'm very particular about sanity. I'm particular about protecting our women. I'm very particular about being a Christian, being a child of God. And so all this comes together in the album, and that is why it's very, very pure. And that's why I'm telling people to not just listen but open their hearts, because sometimes you just hear the beats and that's it. But I'm not
The
a beat
vibe.
maker. All the songs on this album was recorded live in the studio with actual musicians.
Wow.
I know, aside from people that we used to know that used to make music back in the day, from Kingston Yade, Ebenezer Obey, they recorded it live. But nobody in our generation is really doing that. Everybody is sitting behind their laptop and making music. But I decided to get musicians and produced, with alongside some other amazing musicians and producers. So I want people to just open their hearts, to just listen to the music, and if you can, I think I have done my job. It's not for me. It's not about the numbers game. It's not about I'm not trying to get on the charts. I'm not trying to be popular. I don't really care about fame. I'm a very simple guy. You know, I've been in this industry for over 10 years, and I'm still here. So I just want to make music that will outlive me. And then when my son listens to my music in the next 10, 20 years, like, okay, so you did the right thing, and actually you spoke your heart. So, yeah.
All right, because you're a Jesus boy,
Okay.
and you love God,
Yes.
I think it will be very important for you to talk about the issue that is trending.
Okay, sure.
So I'm sure you followed the Busola Dakolo story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pastor Fatoyinbo stepping down.
Yeah, friends.
The role Akanani has played, and the whole saga basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read Omoniboli's episode. That's how I like to call it too.
Oh, shit.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so regardless, what do you think is going on, or what do you think should be the right step?
So when it comes to rape, it's a very, very sensitive issue for me too. You know, so when the issue came out, I had a conversation with my wife, and we were really sad about it. You know, Femi Dakolo and Busola Dakolo happens to be our friend. They happen to be our friends. So there is no way that she's lying. They can cover it up all they want, but there is no way that she's lying. It actually happened. And people take advantage of people all the time, but I feel like this is the time for us to actually stand up and start having a conversation. That was actually the key word, having a conversation, so that we can change the narrative and protect our children, you know, both girls and boys, you know. Be careful about the kind of people that we put in our circle. I think it's just a way to just open people's eyes, like, okay, things are really, really going down, you know. I feel like if you rape someone, you should be prosecuted. It does not matter whether you're a pastor or you are not a pastor. It does not matter. You did the crime, you have to do the time.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
Very,
what do
very
you
important.
think about how we Christians in this part of the world hold our pastors accountable?
We are
forever?
the problem is
Father.
that, so I'm a
dad.
Jesus boy, but I'm not a church. I'm not a religious person. I've been saying I'm a Jesus boy, which means I have a personal relationship with
Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not preaching church. I'm not holding up to a pastor. Do you understand? I know my God for me. And that has always been our problem. I think for us growing up, our parents, Obudo losi church. And I did. You know, I did. But that was what they knew, you know, at the time. You know, I can't blame them. You know, we idolize our pastors.
Daddy Gio.
You know, it doesn't make sense. To me, it does not make sense. You know, they are human beings too. They are flesh and blood. If they are not human beings, okay, they are angels, but they are human beings just like us. They just have, you know, a higher spiritual calling. But right now, in the era of the New Testament, everybody has a gateway straight to Jesus by yourself. You just talk to him. He will listen. So I feel like we need to change our mentality about religion and have a personal relationship. Know your God for yourself. Read your Bible. Pray for you. And you'll be fine. And understand. You'll be fine.
All right, it's time for a quick break, but when we come back, we'll continue this conversation with Femi Leye. We'll be right back.
You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofiofobo, Akbolobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere. Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can. Welcome back. This is Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we are swiftly carrying on with our conversation with the singer Femi Leye. Before we went on that break, you mentioned something while answering to my previous question. You said while growing up, you were being asked to go to church morning, afternoon, night, and you did all that, but you were able to find your own relationship with God. Yeah. Now that you're a father, what would you do differently?
Well,
I like
that
that
I'm
one.
father, it's just very simple. It's, show your children the way of the Lord, and when they grow up, they will not depart from it. Let me tell you, my parents did an amazing job with me.
Okay.
Forget the fact that we had to go to church. That was very necessary, you know. But in having a relationship with God, they did an amazing job. So, of course, you'll be a 2.0 version of that. You know, be an updated version of that of my children knowing...
iOS, not Android.
My children knowing Jesus for themselves from a very young age. And, you know, you can't be bulldozed with, if you don't go to this church, you will not be saved. If you don't go to church. I go to church, you know. I have my church and all that, and I love my church. But I'm just saying that
what
I am
church
not HICC.
Okay.
HICC. My pastor is all about.
It's
all about it's all about. It's all about Jesus. It's all about having a relationship. It has always been like that since day one. So that's why I like the church. Do you understand? You know. So I feel like it's very important to take it up from there. And you know, what if I'm in another part of the world? What's going to happen? You know. So yeah, and I travel a lot. You know, I've gone to Hillsong. I've gone to a couple of churches around the world. So I know what kind of relationship people have with God. It's just very beautiful.
Okay, so in the space of this, let's say 20 minutes interview, you mentioned my wife. My wife. So apart from Jesus, being a Jesus boy, you're also a wife boy.
Yes, I love.
So and I also know your wife.
Yes.
We went to secondary school together, and I know she's a very amazing person. And
Yes,
you always say how blessed you are to have her in your life and all that. But a lot of people would like to know the story. How did you meet your wife? And what's the story behind it?
So my wife was interning at a radio station, I would not mention, in Lagos here, one of the top radio stations, when I met her, you know, the first time. And, you know, now, musician, you're trying to... She just discovered my music by herself and started playing it. So when she tweeted at me, I'm like, wow, oh, thank you so much. I have other songs. So I went to the station, I gave her CDs and all that, and she started playing my music. And then she was on radio then, so it was cool. And then, I don't know what happened, I just started catching feelings. She wasn't having it, like, who's this guy? I was really skinny, nothing. And I was chasing her. I chased her for like 3 years, you know, before she, okay, guy, just, okay, fine. And you have to take a lot of convincing from me. Oh yes, very. Funny thing is that I'm very close with Godwin and Bassi. Okay. So I was cool with the family even before she accepted me as a person. From the mom to the sisters to the brothers, everything was fine. In fact, they were even the ones telling her, this guy is, check him out now. Yeah, he might not have anything right now, but I think his future is very bright. And finally, you know, after a while, we got married. And people need to listen to the album to understand the journey, because I have like about 3 songs just for my wife on the album. For a 9-track album, 3 songs are dedicated to her.
While you were speaking now, you said you chased her for 3 years.
Yes.
And this generation,
yes.
they call them the noodles generation.
Oh, yeah,
they want everything quick.
Yeah.
Even jobs, success, relationship.
Yeah.
So when they talk to a girl and they say hi today, hi
and
tomorrow,
she's not saying
like,
move on to the next,
What kept you going on?
I knew she was my wife, full stop. So whatever antics she thinks she was playing was just wasting her own time. Because I was ready before I even said anything. You know, I was ready. So
what made you know she is your wife?
I have the spirit now.
Nice.
So and you know, I spoke to her. I told her I did everything. Of course, now you have to have a little game. You know, just be romantic, buy stuff. You know, and I did all of that. You know, even sometimes
you have to estimate before she agreed. Like, how much did you spend?
My brother, I can't even find her account. It's a lot. I'll start crying. But you know, at the end of the day, it's worth it because she's just the most amazing and the most supportive, you know, wife. I had my album listening on Sunday, and it was just exactly 2 weeks after we had a baby, and she came out and she hosted the listening with me. So is that I have that kind of support in my corner. I also support her because she's an artist. She paints, you know, and she's an incredible creative. So yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to your music.
Yeah.
You're an independent artist. You're not signed to a record label.
No label.
Right? Yeah. So how do you think the industry can support individual independent artists, and what do you think should be put in place? And secondly, what type of music will you never do? Like, even if they're giving you $1 billion, Femi Leye will never do this type of song.
Okay, so the first part is we need investors, you know, especially for independent artists. If you are not signed to a label, you need Me too, I'm looking for investors, so yeah, I'll at your boy. But
What about a record label? Are you looking for a label?
I can't sign to a local record label. You know, I know practically everybody in the business, you know, that has a big label, you know, from Maven to Contraplay City, even Universal, you know. But if the terms are not right, and you're telling me, oh, you have to make this kind of music, or this is when you can release your music, I can't give that kind of control away. Not just yet. I can do an international label and a partnership deal, you know, a distribution deal, but you know, not like full-fledged 360. Everything I make, you make now is not gonna work. I've been in this business for a while to know what and what not to do. So your second question, you said the kind of music I would never make. I cannot do what is known, like, how will I put it now? When I call it Afro pop, you know, I don't make beats. It's not nothing against beat makers or anything. Like I cannot do it. It is not. I started music as a real musician. I play about 8 instruments. I can't throw that away to now start making Indomie noodles music, because you can make a beat in 2 minutes. So one of my songs took me about 2 years to finish, from songwriting, and I featured someone from Dublin. So imagine the process of, you know, recording, writing, producing, doing all of that. You know, I won't just put out a song and not put thought into it. You know, I can't just make a song in 20 minutes and just think that's fine. No. I can't be caught doing music that will not move me, because I'm also going to be the one performing it on stage. So,
okay, and it's time for you to move us. Our time is almost up. So you have to sing before we go.
Acapella. What do we need to do?
Okay, so there's a song on the album called Ara.
Is it dedicated to your wife?
No, it's not. It's dedicated to the country. So it's Ara mi oriri, Ara monda o, Ara mi oriri, o ya mi lẹ́nu, ah, 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 ah. I'm gonna buy the album on Sunday.
Okay, that's exactly where we wrap up on this episode of Tea Time. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag Tea Time on social media or tweet at us at +TV Africa. My thank you will always go to my co-anchor Ife Oshonkeye, the entire production team as well, and of course my studio guest Femi Leye. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Elsie Godwin, saying thank you for watching and see you later.